ROI, return on investments. They say compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Compound interest is interest on interest. It is the result of reinvesting interest rather than pay it out. Inflation is compound interest working against you. There are three components of compound interest. One, principal, that's the initial amount. Rates, the rate of return on ROI. Time, how many years the principal is compounding for. In investing, business, let's say compounding too. Most of these things are fixed. The amount of money you have is fixed. The number of years you have are not adjustable. The only thing you can work on is the rate of return, ROI. Most people assume ROI is unchangeable, so they plan their lives and curtail their goals to the ROI they know about. Wealthy people don't settle for low rates. They find ways to increase their rates of return. How can you increase your rate of return? You can increase your rate of return by leveraging positions. And yes, leverage always increases risks. What positions can you take? There are four main positions: cash, debt, contracts, and equity. To calculate the percentage of return, ROI, we use the formula VF minus VI divided by VI, where VF is the value of the reward, money pulled out, and VI is money we put in. For example, let's use a trader. Let's assume a trader buys dresses and sells, buys the stocks of 100,000 and make profit of 10,000 within a period of say 3 months. Using cash position, the trader sells 110,000 minus 100,000 divided by 100,000, which gives an ROI of 0.1. That is 10%. That means the trader gets 10% of his money that he invested in. If there is a loss of 10,000 naira, the cash position will look like this: 90,000 minus 100,000, 90,000 being the amount he removed, 100,000 the amount he put in, divided by 100,000 the amount put in. The ROI is 0.1, that is a loss of 10%. Using debt, let's assume the trader uses 25,000 of his own money and loans 75,000 from his uncle. So, still selling at a profit of 110 at the end of 3 months. We now use this formula: 110,000 minus 25,000, that's his own money, plus his uncle's money, divided by his own money, 25,000, which will give us 110,000 minus 100,000 divided by 25,000. The percentage ROI is now 40%. That means on his investment of 25,000 naira, he gets a return of 40%. But if there's a loss, it goes the other way. Now, the amount pulled out is 90,000 minus the 100,000 put in, that's 75,000 plus his own 25,000, divided by 25,000, which gives a loss of also 40%. That means he loses 40% of his initial capital. Now let's look at contract. If this same trader decides to use a contract, goes to a supplier and offers him 5k, for instance, for the contract to sell the same amount of clothes in 3 months, let's see what happens. Now we have 110,000, that's the money pulled out, minus the 5,000 for the contract, plus the 500,000, the cost of the clothes he's selling, divided by the amount he puts down, 5,000, which will give us 110,000 minus 105,000 divided by 5,000, which will give us a percentage of 1. That is, the trader literally doubles his money. This is a tricky case because if the trader cannot sell at least 100,000 he will have to return the merchandise unless he will be owing the distributor the difference. I hope he puts in his contract that he can return the clothes if he cannot sell them. Next, using equity. With this same trader, assuming the same trader raised 100,000 from family and friends with no interest payment. So in this case, the trader brought 0. So the money pulled out 110 minus 0 of his own money that he brought in plus 100,000, the money raised from family and friends, divided by 0. Let's assume the trader decides to give these investors 8,000 as profit to their investment. The percentage return is infinite, even if the trader is keeping only 2K, because his initial investment was 0. If there is a loss, on the other hand, he's in trouble. Now he has to explain to his investors how he lost their money. But if there's a profit, he did not use any of his own money and made money without money. This is why rich people always like to invest like they have money, so that they can increase their rate of results. Disclaimer: I'm not giving financial advice. I am a learner. I'm only showing you what positions are available and asking you to educate yourselves on these positions so you can get better rates. And now you understand the risks attached with each position. Remember, if you want to be a doctor, you have to go to medical school, practice, and then after years of practice, you can have and live how doctors live. So also, if you want returns like professional investors and entrepreneurs, you must invest in yourself, get education, get the same education that these investors and entrepreneurs have, practice, and then you can have the kind of results they have too. Business has the highest ROI if you know what you are doing, but it is the most technical, and you need a lot more education, leverage, and how to work with people. Did you find this useful? Hope I was not too confusing today. Please share with family and friends. Do you have any questions, comments, suggestions? Please leave a comment or send me a DM. I'll be grateful to respond to them. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Ciao.